Can't do it now. Ant-Man's dead.
You also can't do it in the MCU. You'd have to do like I don't even know.
Yeah.
He is dead.
Welcome back to another episode of Friends of the Spider-Man podcast for another live-action Spider-Man film review. We're your hosts, as always. I'm Steven DeSenza. Joined with me again are my two friends, Ben and Mike.
Yo.
Make sure to subscribe on YouTube wherever you're listening from, and follow the show on all social media with @the FOS podcast, or look for our logo for clips from our YouTube or from our episodes. On today's episode, we're taking a look at a lot of brand new day updates. Luckily, a few of our life updates, give a little insight of what we actually are like as people. And then, of course, we're going to deep dive into a Spider-Man 2 review following our Spider-Man 1 review last week. So we hope you guys enjoy it.
All right, I feel like every day on my Twitter something new was coming out, like news about this for brand new day. I think literally I think the day after we recorded the last one, we got those new banners for all the media accounts. Those were pretty sick. We got an official runtime. This one got me excited.
Oh yeah.
I'm 2 hours and 30 minutes, making it the longest Spider-Man film. I'm excited for this.
Beautiful.
How long do you guys think he's gonna be in the suit for? Like in the movie? Like how long do you think he will be Spider-Man in the movie?
I feel like
That's a great question. I think a good majority of the movie. Because think about it.
yeah.
I
There's
agree.
not much of his personal life that needs to be covered because he doesn't have a social life right now. So I feel like a majority of it is going to be, I would say, either majority or about half is going to be Spider-Man stuff compared to Peter Parker stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd agree with that. I think I always keep in the back of my mind, though, they always say, like, the issue with always filming in the suits is just having that mask on all the time, but
Yeah.
they always come out with workarounds around it, especially, like, if he does end up becoming Man-Spider, you don't need no mask. So,
Dude, a man spider story arc would.
that would be really cool. I hope that one.
Watch, Marvel's not, they're not going to do it in the MCU, and then next year, Sony's going to put out, like, a man spider movie or whatever.
Because we were all asking for it.
And it's going to be awful. But, Sony's got to put out a movie associated with Marvel every 5 years or else they lose the rights. But,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's their rule. If
Is it 5 years? I thought it was like 3.
Now it's, I want to say 5. They have to put out a Spider-Man related movie every 5 years in order to keep their portion of the rights. And if they don't, Marvel just gets all of the rights back. Pretty much.
Well, aren't they, when's Spider-Verse coming out? Is that next year? We might
Dude, Spider-Verse has been coming out next year for the past 2 years, dude.
It's 27. I think it's 28 now.
Yeah, so they're going to need something.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. All of those, like, Spider-Man villain movies, they're all so rushed because they need to put it out to
keep
the rights.
I had no idea about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. But
so they could put out crappy movies, but as long as they do, they keep the right.
They keep their
right.
So
It doesn't have to be.
Web exists.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a movie that makes $100 million or whatever. It's just got to be a movie,
Damn,
But honestly, I'm at the point right now. If anybody from Sony is watching this, don't put out a movie in the last 5 years. Just give the rights back to Marvel.
just give it back.
Just give it back. The only good Spider-Man project that you released was the first Venom, and then you screwed it up with the last two, and Madam Web, and Kraven the Hunter, and we're not even going to talk about Morbius. What the hell was that?
I out of all those, I think I've watched maybe 30 to 45 minutes, besides the Venom stuff, 45 minutes of Kraven on a plane,
I haven't
and
seen
I didn't even
I
touch
fell
it.
asleep.
I did not even touch it, dude.
I gave it a shot because it was Aaron Taylor Johnson, but
Yeah.
not really worth it. What else happened? Oh, this one was exciting for me. The Funko Pops for the film came out. They were released, sent to the public. I got mine. My little,
They were.
I don't know, like, online they were. We're about to get live. Ben, order one.
Bro, Where's my Funko at, bro? Where's my
I don't
Funko
know
at?
if they're. I don't know what they were selling in stores, but I know like if you pre-ordered them, they were shipped on the 29th, and I think I got mine like
Let me see.
either earlier this week or end of last week.
Also hyped for the Lego sets that were
Yes,
released for the new summer wave.
those are.
Um,
I'll definitely get my hands on at least one.
There's
absolutely
a
probably getting one. Yeah.
there's a metallic Spider-Man brand new day suit.
I think I saw that one.
Oh, I want it.
I got the. I wish I brought it out now. The No Way Home Battle Damaged suit one.
There's a couple for brand new day. There's a
Mhm.
jumbo one for $40. There's
Yeah, those are cool.
also there's a Super Hulk.
That's a big one too, right? Bigger.
Yeah, yeah, it's $25. I'm assuming it's like a bigger one. And then you got two. You have a battle damaged
hmm
suit. That's the
I
one that
think
you.
honestly, I was telling my mom, I think that might be like at like top five favorite Spider-Man Funko Pops I have right now.
It
It's
is
just
actually
it's
really
so
sick.
clean.
No Way Home. Yeah, but yeah, they have the same. They have two of the same ones, but one is metallic
hmm
and one is like regular, whatever. I mean, they're the same price, which is very interesting. But I think the metallic is a Funko Online exclusive.
Okay. I hope that they do a second wave. They did two waves for No Way Home because they just had so many characters they couldn't reveal.
I think we'll see a second wave only because people are gonna want a Funko Pop of characters like Punisher, Savage Hulk,
hmm
Scorpion, Sadie Sink's character, Jean Grey.
We actually did you see the pump fake confirmation of her character? There were earlier this week. There were, I guess, there's like a blind bag line that's gonna come out of little keychain characters for the film, and
Yeah,
I think it's mostly Spider-Man. I think there's two Hulks, maybe one or two other characters, but there's a mystery character. And someone was like, "Oh, like someone posted a picture of, um, it looked like a Jean Grey like little character of it," and it was like,
mhm.
"Oh, it's a confirmation." And then, but then like 2 weeks ago, it was revealed that it was just an edit of what's her name, Rachel McAdams' character in Doctor Strange. I can't remember her name. Like it just recolored with pink powers over it. I was
Christine.
like, yes,
Yes,
it was just like the same kind of like keychain merch, but it was yeah. I was like, damn, there's Jean Grey, and then boom, not Jean Grey.
bam.
Yeah, that was like I think the one of the bigger pieces of like news until it was a confirmed fake. Oh, actually, did you guys see they're filming in Wembley right now?
I did, and I did want to talk about this. They
Yeah, what do you
are.
think they're?
I don't know because first off, I don't believe that it's reshoots for Brand New Day. I think way too close to the release for
Uh-huh.
them to be doing reshoots. So I think it's either a Doomsday post credit or something not as exciting. It's a commercial,
Yeah.
and they're doing like marketing like they did for like TASM 2 with
hmm
Andrew Garfield, and all that stuff. I could see either of those. I think the fact that they're filming in Wembley, that's where they filmed a lot of Doomsday. A
Okay.
Doomsday post credit scene is very likely, or it could be a brand new day post credit scene. We don't we don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I also think it's a little too late to be doing reshoots, so I don't think it's that either.
yeah, it
I think I read somewhere that they were like the people asking like shooting, they were saying, "Oh, it's just for a commercial or whatever." But I feel like it's also low key kind of late for that too.
yeah. I mean, you also got to think like to film and edit a commercial is not going to take as
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
Reshoots and stuff like that. But yeah, it does seem a little late for a commercial. Um, so I don't know. I kind of want to know what the commercial's for. Um, because it would kind of be sick if we saw like like Tom Holland in a Lego commercial for the brand new
Yeah,
day.
that would be really
That would
cool.
be kind of sick.
I'd hope
Um,
that one.
That would be cool.
but I doubt it. I just went to like 4 different stores the other day trying to find the brand new day sets on the shelves, and
Uh-huh.
They're not
Were those
there.
released or not
they
yet?
were. No, they came out June 1st.
June 1st, yeah, for the summer wave.
Damn.
But
I'm
Yeah.
behind.
I was just at Target yesterday and I didn't see them, so.
Damn, I might take a trip to Target later.
Yeah, my buddy was looking for the prisoner transport set.
Yeah, I was
I
looking
think
for that.
yeah, that's probably one I'm gonna get just because that building and the other set is just ugly.
Dude, the
It's
building
terrible.
is so bad.
Yeah, I know. But you get like characters like Scorpion, and I think Hulk's in that one too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all in it. It's just the build is atrocious. And, I mean, it's
Yeah.
under $100 though, so, I mean,
For the characters, I think it could be worth it.
I just wouldn't even want the building. Like, I wouldn't even want to build that. It just looks terrible.
yeah. I wouldn't know what to do with the build because it's just
Mhm.
like,
Exactly. It's just gray.
I'm just getting
it's
that for the
like-
minifigures, like,
yeah, it's like the damn UCS Death Star that they put out. Like the back of it is just flat. Like that's kind of what this whole
Yeah.
building is. It's just like a flat piece of gray Lego. Like I don't. How am I going to display that besides like putting it up against a wall or whatever? But there's some people that like to do like the modular cities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
you
But
put it with the Sanctum from a few years ago, but
yeah,
you could. And then I guess to round out real quick, some other little things that were announced or revealed. The actress for Aunt May, I'm gonna butcher her name, Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
I saw a rumor floating around. She's in the film for obviously, I guess, a flashback scene.
I
don't know
like
how true
that.
That is.
Fine,
I saw that.
as long as you don't bring her back.
Yeah, if
which
they do that,
would be just
immediately ruin.
insane. I don't know
Yeah.
how they would even do that. I hope they don't because that's just
Then we got the first look at the press tour. I think it was this morning. It was Zendaya, Tom, Sadie, and Jacob. First look for that.
Yeah.
That was exciting. And then just a little more like merch being revealed in certain stores, like the banners and stuff. So marketing's definitely picking up, which just means we're getting closer.
That's hype. I love that it's a summer movie. It's like that's
Mhm.
so peak. It belongs there. You
I
know.
agree.
I feel like Spider-Man movies have to be a summer movie, except for No Way Home. I feel like how they released it in the winter and also tied in the aspects of it being like Christmas time and whatnot, just like very subtly, very much fit.
Mhm.
But I feel like Spider-Man is just like a summer character.
Yeah,
you
there's
know?
certain films for sure that I feel like they have to be like Avengers. Always has to be May.
Right,
Yeah.
Like-
Spider-Man's a summer for me.
right. Like a Star Wars movie.
Blockbuster season.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a
Star
Star
Wars
Wars.
is always like December for me.
Yeah, but
That's because of the sequels. I think
Yeah,
Star
I
Wars
forgot.
is a May film too. I think it's big block because that's when all the original Star Wars movies came
I
out.
guess that's a
May.
valid point.
And May
But
is
now-
Star Wars month. I don't know. I feel like Star Wars should be May.
Well, because of Disney Plus now, I expect them to put a show out in May, and then their movies are later in the year.
yeah, that too.
But that is true, May the 4th. Twitter link.
I literally just saw something on my phone like 2 seconds ago about a Challengers writer that stepped in to fix the Tom Zendaya scene during production. He joined the production and was credited alongside Spider-Man veterans Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. One of the scenes was not working well as it was written, so they came in and changed it up. But so I guess hopefully I hope there's good chemistry. I mean, they're
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of weird considering.
they're like engaged.
They're married.
Yeah. Maybe it was
Too
the
intimate.
other way around. Maybe it was like
Maybe there was too much chemistry.
too much
Yeah, I
chemistry.
guess.
and it
That's all I
wasn't
could imagine because they're not
whatever.
supposed to know each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. So then I think we're officially at our Spider-Man 2 portion of the episode. I got some
Yeah.
quick little. These early ones are kind of hard. I never know what to really find, just because like obviously for the later films I can recall personally like all the stuff that happened in between each film, the kind of drama surrounding each one. Where this one we're still not even born yet, 2004 release. So just kind of see what else I can find. I found some interesting stuff though. Like Doc Ock was originally planned for the first film and was going to team up with Peter to take down the Green Goblin, but they decided it was going to be like too many different storylines trying to go on at once for a first film, so they sidelined him to the second.
And then they kind of did that in No Way Home.
And I was
Yes.
gonna say I like that they just did not do
Wow.
that.
Yeah. And then there was an original plot at one point for Harry to kind of put out a hit on Spider-Man in the beginning of the film, and there was going to kind of be less interaction between Harry and Peter, but they decided to focus on Harry and Peter's relationship and then like progressively work on the hatred, which I feel like worked well.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Oh,
still kind of ends up putting a hit out on Spider-Man, but just to Doc Ock, so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
The subway fight was actually being storyboarded while filming the first film.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's
that was
probably
like that was
peak.
one of the. He was very eager. Raimi was very eager to film that one, so he storyboarded really early. Another weird thing, there was a lot of like weird scripts initially and plans for this one that I'm glad they didn't go. One of them was they were going to make Doc Ock a little bit younger, around Peter and MJ's age, and going to do some kind of love triangle between Peter, MJ, and Doc Ock. Which I was reading that, I was like, thank God they did not do that.
Well, they like to give Doc Ock Aunt May in the comics sometimes, which is really
They
freaky.
do.
And then,
That's-
I mean,
yeah.
Superior Spider-Man's one of my favorite like runs, I guess. I think that is sick.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not gonna do that in a movie. I mean, maybe one day, but like I don't know how they would do that.
Can't do it now. Aunt May's dead.
You also can't do it in the MCU. You'd have to do like I don't even know.
Yeah.
He is dead.
I said can't
R.I.P.
do it now. Aunt May's dead.
R.I.P. May Parker. Gone way too soon.
R.I.P. Marissa Tomei, bro.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
my granny. She got hit by the goblin.
This I feel like was definitely a tell of the time, because they totally would have just done visual effects for this nowadays. Doc's arms were mostly practical and weighed over 100 pounds.
I knew this one because I remember when they were filming No Way Home. I saw an interview with Alfred Molina, and he was talking about how weird it is because when he did Spider-Man 2, obviously he was able to see the arms and he was able to like kind of move with them. But then obviously No Way Home with CGI, they weren't there. So the entire time that he's just like throwing punches with the arms, it's just him standing there hooked up to the wires, just
Moving his shoulders a little bit.
just
Yeah.
moving his shoulders. And he said it was really weird and odd, which I get.
I think this movie really carried the torch from the first movie and did an excellent job at like recreating that magic, but also like introducing like somewhat new stuff, but still
Yeah,
keeping
newer
like
elements and
yeah. And I think because obviously it's another scientist who turned into something, but I think I really like how at the end of this one, like he kind of realizes he was in the wrong, and like ultimately, like he knows he was just being controlled by like an AI chip. So I think
Yeah.
it's like kind of cool because he finds his humanity again, and that scene is pretty cool with you know um, this power of the sun, palm of my hand thing.
Yeah.
All that. I mean, Alfred Molina, excellent actor. I mean, Willem Dafoe's Goblin's still probably the best performance for a
I feel like
Marvel
right now with the two
style.
movies they're matched, but then once we get to No Way Home, Willem Dafoe just takes the cake.
True, that is true.
Yeah.
He does an excellent job in that movie
Yeah.
too. But yeah, ultimately, really cool set designs. Obviously, so many iconic scenes. I mean, the bank heist, the subway train, obviously,
Yep.
probably the most iconic scene from the movie. Um, yeah, just a lot of good stuff. Um, really well
Yeah,
done movie.
I agree. I think they did a really good job at being a sequel. I think they took everything from the first film, made it better without getting too carried away. Like you still
Yeah.
everything was still kind of grounded within their story, which I appreciate in a sequel because most of the time that's not what happens. They go like insane because they're just so excited to have a second one. I was taking a look at the posters before because I for some reason I love watching like the trailer for a film before I watch it and then looking at the posters kind of like it's just releasing or whatever. And I
Yeah.
think that the main poster with MJ and his like him, I think that one and then the one of Peter or Spider-Man standing at the edge of the tower and it's just his back. I think those are two like to this day still two of my favorite posters for a
They're
Spider-Man
so
movie.
iconic.
Yeah,
I
they're
I
just.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the only other poster that I can see as being as iconic as those is the Spider-Man 3 poster when
Yep.
it's the you
Mm-hmm.
know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yep.
The building where it's Spider-Man and then the reflection is the symbiote
The
suit.
yep.
Outside of that, yeah, Spider-Man 2 posters are the most iconic, most memorable, and I will stand on that hill and I'm not backing down. I would die. This is my favorite.
I
This
was
is
just
my
gonna
favorite
say this
Spider-Man.
is your favorite one, right?
This is my favorite one. I've been holding. I've been holding something.
I think Brand New Day is actually gonna have a lot of similarities with this film. I think they're gonna pull a lot from it. I think they're
Oh,
gonna
with
use kind of a lot of same aspects, but I think that's because of like this film is all about Toby's Peter. He can't find that balance, but now we're about to see kind of the opposite of Peter found a balance, but it's not a good balance. He's totally on one side versus the other. So I was watching. I was like, I think it's, and even just I feel like there's so much of it is just grounded New York kind of stuff, which is what marketing and all the rumors are kind of leading us to believe is going to be this film. I always like one of my favorite I think dynamics between Peter and Spider Man is him and Doc Ock kind of before they realize each other. Always, I think the Spider Man video game does that really well. It's one of my favorite parts, and they even kind of hinted a little bit at the beginning of this film. It's just one of my favorite like dynamics between characters, and let's talk about the little hospital surgery scene.
great
It's a good
scene.
one.
Dude,
Fire.
it terrified me as a kid.
Yep,
Really?
I have that down. I used to be so scared of it.
Oh my god, it did terrify me as a kid. But it's such a good scene.
Yep.
It's well done.
It like really makes Doc Ock seem terrifying. It's like
Mm-hmm.
now he's pissed off.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care who gets in the way. He's after Spider Man,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was that scene specifically that I feel like now looking at it, obviously not when I first watched it when I was like 8, 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think, but made me realize Sam Raimi can kind of do some horror stuff.
I was
So
gonna say that. I
when
was like, because as a kid, it always felt so out of place. But now being
right,
older, knowing what I know about Sam Raimi, his style of directing, it makes total sense.
right, so when they were like, "Oh, Sam Raimi's directing Multiverse of Madness, and it's going to be kind of dark and horror like," I was excited
Mm-hmm.
solely because of how he did that scene and being like
Yeah.
he can do not just horror stuff, but he can do horror stuff with these superheroes and these characters from this universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always love when a superhero film kind of has horror aspects to it. I think that kind of ups it a little bit always.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely enjoyed that kind of route for this film they made. I love when they make the villain. You should be scared of him. You shouldn't
Yeah.
think he's like this dork or whatever. So
Yeah.
I appreciated that for sure. And then this one I said last week I don't remember much of it. So there's like a bunch of I just have a bunch of things like I don't remember happening at all. And I was like, wait a damn minute. Like I don't remember Peter ever confessing to Aunt May that it's low key his fault that Uncle Ben died.
Yep.
Dude, that's an interesting scene because she like she's visibly upset with him, you know, and everything, and then like the next scene she's like fine,
Yeah.
really fine. And it's like interesting because I don't know, because it's like it feels like a semi-realistic reaction, like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because she knows it's not like actually his fault, like he
Yeah.
didn't actually like intend for
Pull the
anything bad to happen.
trigger.
And
No, he
she
was
knows
there.
that
Yeah.
he's been like sitting with this guilt for like, you know, years, and she just does that. And I just feel like it wasn't really the best like reaction from her. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, but you know, I know they were just trying to I know they were probably trying to just lead into that next scene too, where, you know, she tells the kid, you know, about Peter, and then the kid asks him about Spider-Man and all
Spider-Man.
that,
Yeah.
and feels like inspired to get back into the fight again, you know. But it's just like I don't know, it's just an interesting like that scene probably scared me the most as a kid because it's like an uncomfortable, really
Yeah.
uncomfortable scene to watch, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And the way she just like slips her hand away from him, and it's like, oh, it's like, oof, geez, that's like, yeah, you know, because you never want to upset your grandma or I guess your aunt, you know, you
Yeah.
never want to do that, and you
I
did
feel
that
like I feel like it
wholeheartedly.
like I feel like that is a very Aunt May kind of reaction, but I think it to me it's like a perfect example of what doesn't really work for me with with the Raimi films is the dialogue and how it's executed. It's just like it's never fully connected. I feel like because it
Yeah.
is kind of it is like that's something very upsetting, even though like it's obviously not his full fault, like you said. But you're not gonna like go back like that. Like that is your husband at the end of the day.
Right.
So I don't know. But again, I feel like that's just a very they were trying to get that Aunt May essence, and I think they did. It just wasn't like done as well as it could have. We got a little more character, like world view of characters, like Dr. Connors. That one, I
Yeah.
saw him. I was like, oh, there he is. It took me the longest time to realize that Betty Brant is in this trilogy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's the
I just
oh.
never connected the two dots.
No, yeah, I've known that for a minute, but I think I like how they had her in there, because
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
I think
she's
she's
honestly
like
like
kind of this great little comic relief almost.
Yeah.
and she is kind of turns into like a love interest for like 20 seconds in the next movie.
Hmm.
Which
Everyone's
is
a love
interesting,
interest next film.
obviously. But yeah, and she's also in the No Way or in the Holmes trilogy as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
You know,
She's
which is a
definitely obviously
yeah.
she's a role, but yeah.
But yeah, it's cool that they have her
Uh,
in this too.
since we're a little bit kind of on love interest, what do you guys? I don't know why, just the neighbor, that girl neighbor with the pigtails. I don't know why. I never liked her.
See, I always thought that her and Peter were gonna end up together after stuff like
Really?
MJ. I guess you could tell she was like all over him.
Yeah, she's head over heels for him.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, it's an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, doesn't really add a whole lot to the plot. Kind of just, I feel like it's just kind of there. It's like a slight awkward comic relief.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely has a bigger role in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't even know what to think. It's such
I
a
don't know. I don't know what it is about her. I just Even when I was like younger watching these, I was like, like get her off the screen, dude. I
I
don't
think
know
she's
why.
interesting because I think she brings in like that wholesome, like especially in the next movie, like wholesome part of I guess his like upbringing that wasn't there as much because of Aunt May. He doesn't live with Aunt May anymore.
Hmm.
Um, you know, obviously her father is like a somewhat antagonistic figure, but he also like
Rent.
it just shows that like Peter still has people who care about him. He just like I don't know, it's just an interesting like I'm sure there's a reason for it, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't really totally dislike it. I think it gives these movies a little bit like that's like kind of these kind of movies charm to them, you
Hmm.
know, because they're not edgy like at
Yeah.
all. They try to be in the next one, but you know, you're not edgy if you're dancing in the middle of a street broad day, like I don't know. But you know, whatever. Um, or if you dress in black, like Ben's dressed in all black right now, but he's not edgy. So it's like, uh, you know, it's just like, I mean, I feel like it's just I don't know. She's an interesting character, a little bit of like not really a love, well, like a love interest kind of, but like more just
Not
like
really this
a
film. Definitely the third one, if I remember right.
yeah, like a wholesome like, because all the rest of his like friends suck. Like
Yeah,
they all
dude.
suck. Like
All,
Yeah.
Harry Osborn, terrible. Uh, MJ, atrocious. Like they're all terrible people. So I think that's really the main reason. I think that's what I was trying to say.
just kind of
I
like
was
a
kind of rambled there,
contrast.
but like they're like wholesome human beings that are there to contrast like the people he's vying so hard to garner the attention of MJ.
Hmm.
Or like Harry Osborn, he's fighting so hard to keep a friend who doesn't like him for who he is because of what happened with his father. And so these two, well, mostly just the girl, like people are like there and they're pouring like their heart out to like help him. And he doesn't always see that, but I think he does see that eventually. And it's just, I think it's like a wholesome little part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Um, since we're kind of talking about MJ a little bit, I still don't hate her too much yet. The back and forth is a little annoying throughout the film, but I mean, it's a classic, like kind of push and pull kind of relationship. So, but she's still not that annoying to me yet. But again, we still have a whole third film.
Yeah. The third film is where I'm just yelling at the screen. I'm like, Peter, just leave it.
Uh huh.
Just leave her.
Did that, bro.
If she
I
don't
mean,
want you, don't go after her.
she definitely does like questionable things. Like the whole point of she just got saved. She just found out Peter's Spider Man. He just saved her from Doc Ock, but then you still went through to the wedding. Like she did. Yeah, she left him at the altar, but you still
When?
planned it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, come on.
That is true. That's something I never thought about before. Because she runs away with the dress on, right? So it's
Yeah,
like she's
like,
gonna do
and
that.
there's clearly a visible like difference amount of time because when she's running through, I'd assume maybe Central Park or something like that, the trees are like blooming, like it's spring.
Yeah.
That's funny. I
Yeah.
never thought about that.
So
That's real
she's like
funny.
she's definitely questionable, but I don't hate her too much yet.
The cinematography and the transitions in this film are my absolute favorite. The transition where it zooms into
Mm-hmm.
Doc
I
Ock's
already know. Yep.
oh my god, it still holds up to the test of time today. It is a flawless transition. It adds to the scene. It's great. If I can figure out how they do that, I will be trying to recreate that for my senior thesis.
That would be
Um,
super cool.
but I absolutely love and adore this movie. Doc Ock is one of my favorite villains because of this movie. I'll put Electro second because of the Spectacular Spider-Man show. Um, but I love the connection between Peter and Otto before they figure it out, and I love
Uh-huh.
how Peter looks up to him and Otto kind of starts to become like his mentor and stuff like that. Um, and then obviously the subway scene. The subway fight scene is one of the most iconic, if probably the most I will say the most iconic Spider-Man fight scene of all time. Um, just how it's done, and the in that scene when you see the people on the subway carrying him is
Yeah.
such a vital scene for the connection of Spider-Man with the city and the citizens of the city, and how um, they all care for Spider-Man, and they
Yeah,
all
I'm pretty sure that's because that I think is his first time after just quitting. Is I think that fight.
yeah, yeah, and then the whole scene with him stopping the train. I mean, it's so
Mm-hmm.
iconic. They turned into a damn Lego set last summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, which it's the most one of the most overpriced Lego sets ever. And that is why I don't have it. It's like $55 for like 300 pieces. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but um, yeah, I mean, this entire movie, I will sit down and watch any single day of the week, anytime. It is one of my comfort movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
For sure.
God, it's just, and the whole thing of him being like, oh, like, should I be Spider Man? Should I not? Da, 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 like that whole kind of dilemma, and the whole like he starts losing his powers because of some, mental crisis or whatever, is such a nice aspect for the character because it
Yeah.
really shows the fact that, yeah, he's Spider Man, yeah, he's Peter Parker, but there is this collision of these two identities coming together, and how troublesome it can be for him to balance Spider-Man and Peter Parker at the same time, which I think is something that we're going to see in Brand New Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see some kind of mental crisis like that, which I'm very excited for. That was one of my favorite aspects of Spider-Man
I
2.
do really like that element of like being a superhero sounds super cool and fun, but there is that kind of that balance you have to figure out between like your superhero and then your real identity, and then keeping everyone in that real identity safe, because if you don't, like, everyone is going to target them.
Right. I mean, that's what we see in No Way Home.
Exactly.
His identity gets revealed and everybody's after him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he is also framed for the murder of Mysterio, which some people will debate that Mysterio is alive. That's a topic for debate when we get to Far From
When
Home.
we get there.
When we get there, I I got my own little takes on that. But in my opinion, this is a perfect Spider-Man movie.
Perfect.
I will die on that hill. I'm putting 10 toes down. That is this movie is like my baby. I love it.
All right. We'll move on to then our official ratings and ranking within the trilogy. I guess Ben, start us off since you pretty much were almost there. I think we could guess what you're gonna give it.
I know you're going to be expecting a 10 out of 10, but there are some things that I can nitpick and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with a 9.5 out of 10.
It's valid.
Yeah, I gave my explanation.
Yeah.
You can fight with a brick wall. I don't care.
What's the what are the nitpicks for you?
Nitpicks is like some of the scenes are a little out of place. MJ's arc, like we said, with her
Just a questionable person, honestly.
right. Like I think her little arc is a little. It's like it. I don't know. I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, it's weird. Um, I don't think that's the movie in itself. I just think that's the way that they decided to depict MJ throughout the whole trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid.
But also the character that we talked about,
The
the
neighbor.
the neighbor, not really needed. I feel like could have been written out. I mean, nice touch. You gave somebody else a job. But not super important, but it doesn't affect the movie to the point where
Yeah,
it loses all
like
of its
changes it that much.
right.
Gonna give it I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think probably the best of this trilogy. Um, I kind of, I like Doc Ock. I think he's probably my favorite part of the film. And I would probably say all the iconic scenes and everything are great. I just think it's still a product of its time. Um, you know, it's entertaining for sure. It's just not. This is all opinion based, right? So it just doesn't hit as hard for me personally, but I still think it's a great movie. So that's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. All right. Mine. Mine's low. higher than 1. I'm gonna give it a like a 5.7 out of 10.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because it's good, right? Like it's good. I was
That's
lagging and Ben was sitting down. Now he's up.
Okay.
5 points.
You have to explain yourself now. You have to. You
Yeah,
really
yeah.
do.
So again, like my base is always 5. A 6 is a good film. It's a good film, but it's just like I think just because we have so many storylines of Spider-Man out already, so many different variations of the character and what he goes through, it's not the most entertaining to me anymore. I think there's other storylines and other projects that are a lot more fun to watch and a lot more enjoyable and engaging. Where this one to me, like, don't get me wrong, all these films are good. It's just not if I had to pick a storyline similar to this, it wouldn't have been this film. I probably would choose other storylines over this one, if that makes sense.
Dude, I can't wait to see what you give next week's movie, bro. I'm
So
really
next week, I'm gonna have to try and be super not biased because 3, when I was younger, that was the one that I always had on repeat. Me and my
True.
brother would always I would dress up as Spider-Man. He would be Harry. We'd always fight. So that one used to be my favorite all the time, but I haven't seen it in a while. So I'm gonna try and give it the same kind of honest rating and stuff. But I'm scared because I remember liking it so much, and like I know it gets awful, which is a shame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little. Yeah. Shaky.
Yeah, I think we all are putting 2 over 1 for sure, right?
Yeah. I guess I would put 2 over 1. Yeah.
5.7.
I went back and forth on if I should give it a 6. I'd round it up. You know what? On IMDb, I'd round it up to a 6.
Yeah, just say a 6, man. You're gonna.
I'm gonna kill Ben. 6 out of 10.
Because you just killed him, bro. Killed him so much you got it.
Always working, dude.
I know. It's just, I guess maybe they just lost their charm to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm the issue.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't think that's completely like a terrible thing to say. I still think this is a great trilogy in terms of films, but maybe I've just seen them so many times that I just am at a point where like I'm not like crazily impressed. I don't know.
I
It's
get
like
what you're
hard to
saying.
place it.
I think that there's just so much Spider-Man media that this
Now, yeah, 'cause there
that
wasn't.
this
Like-
isn't like I think if you definitely took away the home trilogy for me, these are higher. And if you took away the Amazing Spider-Man 2, these are still higher. And if you took away even like the video games, these get higher. But I think there's just so many different storylines that I enjoy more than these and that are executed better because
That's
of just
valid.
how far we've come.
That's valid. But yeah, I guess that would be our review of Spider-Man 2.
Maybe, hopefully next week I don't hurt Ben again.
I don't think you're gonna hurt him again.
Nah, Spider-Man 3 is
I'm excited for that one. That used to be my favorite. But
I might hurt you.
you might watch me give this one like a. I come in here guns blazing, guys. 10 out of 10.
Insane.
Nah,
It would shock viewers. So
that is true. If I came in here full now, if I had to guess, I think I'm gonna predict a 5.2.
okay.
Because I mean, I'll save it, but there's certain elements that I think they do very well in the third one. But I also think it starts that kind of that we see particularly in the Andrew series is Spider-Man films that have this one element that is somewhat pretty prominent, but it devastates the movie because it's just doesn't make sense, isn't good, and it just ends up hurting it overall.
Yeah,
I think that next movie starts that for these.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is sad to see, but luckily we're out of that.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's all our thoughts for 2. Which means we are wrapping up our second official episode, the Friends of Spider-Man podcast, with only one movie left in the trilogy now. And I think 7 weeks to Brand New Day? 7 or 6?
7. I had to.
Yeah. Well, one of those two.
One of those two numbers.
So including, I guess we wouldn't include this week. 1, 2, 3.
I think this is going up on the 19th.
7
7 weeks? Okay. I trust my math. And your math now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we're saying
All we have to figure out is how many films are left. We could have just done that. Because our
there's 6 films left.
No Way Home will go up on the 31st.
Yeah. And then that means our Brand New Day would be
After.
the week after the release.
So 7 weeks till Brand New Day. You guys can listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow along on all our social medias with at the FOS podcast for clips throughout the week from our episodes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next Friday at 10, just like every other Friday at 10. See ya.